Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League All-Star Championship. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, and I'm here with my co-caster, Triple Nipple. How are you today, sir?
I am great, and I'm looking forward to this awesome matchup between Capitanos and the Threepeats. It's an all-star final with an all-star casting crew. It's going to be a great day.
Should be an exciting series, that is for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of strategies we're going to see here, because we've seen some interesting team coordination coming out of these guys, even though obviously they don't play on the same team in regular season. That's kind of the whole theme of this all-star tournament, is to bring the top skilled players together into an environment that they're not comfortable with and see how they perform. And we've seen some interesting performances.
We have seen a lot of interesting performances, a lot of great games.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a good all-star. I've only seen 2 or 3. Like, this is our 3rd one, right?
Yep.
So I think I watched the first one. I wasn't in league at the time, but I watched it, and so this has been probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, it has been. I feel like it's really just kind of reinforcing the fact that the league is really diverse in skill. There's a lot of really good players across the entirety of the league, and when you put them all on different teams, they're still able to shine. I guess it kind of puts into the question, like, whenever we say, like, reservists are joining a team that might be hurting them, I think we got to start talking about how, like, players that are used to being put into these environments can really succeed. The reservists are doing really well in league play recently, and I don't know, maybe it's just a testament to being a good player.
I think it has to do with more of how the team plays in my, teams that mark down their plans on the board and keep their communications up throughout the match. If you're a good player, you can join any of those teams and do well.
Yeah.
But if they don't, like, if they just do their thing and expect you to fill the spot that you're filling for their team, that's not going to end well, because you don't know what's going on. You don't know where your teammates are going to be. I think it's more to it's a testament to the teams and the reservists, for sure, the ones that work well together.
And while we're here, we don't have any map bans or picks just yet. What we have to do first is hop into our pistol duel. The format of the All-Star tournament is that we have each captain go down in a pistol duel. The winner of that duel is the home team. Home team advantage, obviously an important thing. If it comes down to that final map, you get the map pick, or you can choose sides. So there's obviously a little bit riding on this pistol duel, and I think we'll go ahead and let the teams know that we are ready for this, and we should be diving into the duel shortly. Both squads are in lobby with their captains ready, so looking forward to seeing how this turns out. We can look at the rosters real quick. Over on Capitanos, we have Nolik, Killinger, Noman, Spoilty, and Scooby-Doo. And over on Threepeats, we have Zach Fontaine, Raph, Silent Knight, Sickness, Riboman, and Nintendo. Although I don't know who their 5th is just yet.
Yeah, and we might not know who their 5th is until the actual map is picked, because I know when we played, and when we played the Threepeat, or we didn't play the Threepeats, when we watched the Threepeats, I believe that everyone in this All-Star match has actually been rotating in their 6th player to get a good balance on all the different maps. So they may just be waiting until they figure out what they're going to play to call in which one they want. Because really, for the duel, you only need the 2 players, or 3 players. Right, that's 3 players is the duel requirement.
We'll take you down into Cargo, the map of choice for the duel, as it gets underway. Both captains will be meeting up in the center. It looks like some folks from the Threepeats have joined in to spectate.
That's what happens when you do. Dude, Norman's watching in VR too.
The disrespect.
A very lighthearted prep for this.
Yeah, well, I mean, both teams have been having a lot of fun in this series, so. Oh, geez, a nade on the ground there.
Where the hell are you running?
No pin pulled, thankfully. Raph just throwing a dud.
Guns and nades flying
everywhere.
It's really
quite chaotic.
It's chaos.
I think we'll go down into the field, see how these gentlemen handle it.
I have a magazine too, thank you.
Did you toss away your pistol? Yeah.
So I never thought of this, but it was brought up yesterday so they both use the same pistol. So someone from Marsoc brings an M9 in this case to hand to Volk, but I never thought about unloading it before handing it to him. You gotta check that mag.
Looks like Nalik will be the referee.
Okay, it's close.
And tomfoolery going on in the background.
T-posings. Remember T-posings. You're gonna shoot. Yeah. You're both gonna shoot. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here we go. We're getting ready now.
Yes, the format is they'll both T-pose. When Nalik shoots himself in the head, that is the signal to begin. And then, Wild West style, the duel is underway. Ooh, and Sickness. That drop shot.
He had his gun up and was firing before Killinger even grabbed his.
Yeah. Very quick moves. Securing him and his squad that home field advantage. The Threepeats going to be going in to this All-Star. I mean, they're going to try and do it. They're going to try and be the Threepeats.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to go with that namesake. I mean, they picked it. They can't back out now.
Right. They're really committed full-heartedly to that. Does that mean I have to switch things up? It does. I have to switch up our scoreboard now to make sure the Threepeats are represented properly. But I'm curious what our map will be and what the bans are. I don't think we have those yet from either side, unless they've been passed to you.
I do not have them yet.
Okay.
I wonder. So I think the Threepeats on their first round didn't ban anything. I wonder if they're going to do that again for the finals.
We've seen it in league play, where you just kind of opt to leave the map pool a bit more open, giving you a few more options when it comes down to that best of three, that final map. I don't. It is a tactical. It is a choice that they're making there, obviously, for a reason. They're not just kind of like, oh, we don't care. We don't need one. It's very much a conscious decision to leave that pool open.
Yeah, and with these team makeups, I don't know if you're on a team, as a team, you're good or you're bad at a certain map. And with these makeups, with all these players mixed together, I don't know if they can say, yeah, more than 50% of us are bad at this map, so that's what we're going to ban, or vice versa. It's just, I don't know. I don't think I would ban anything personally. I think that with these makeups, you could play any map well. Mm-hmm. And so I think I would just go for it. In the words of the Danglers, that's the manly way to go.
I don't think we will, probably. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get the information on the picked bans, but I'm really just curious what our first map will be and what we're going to be kicking this off with, because both these teams, as we've seen in their roster, very skilled. They have some very good players here, and when you put them all together, they can be very effective. It looks like for map 1 coming out of the Threepeats, it is going to be Suburbia.
Yep, that does look like what we're going to get. Let's take a look. So let's just go through historically in my head which of these players like Suburbia. Sickness, Raph. Globochem likes Suburbia, right? It's been a while.
Yeah. I mean, they're good on they're not really too terribly weak on any map at this point.
That's true. Danglers, I don't know about that. Nintendo and Raibo, though. So I feel like they have to be pretty confident on it because they've got 2 members of Danglers, and are they both playing right now is the question. They are not, actually. Rybo is not in the lineup, so only one Dangler. So we've got a G-Man, a Blaze, a Globochem, a Dangler, and Sickness is actually, if you want to join the All-Stars, he has a new team called Fireteam Alpha that he is starting up. So if you like what you see, he has available spots. Hit him up, and maybe you can become an All-Star.
Wow, dude. We should we should charge teams to promote recruiting in the casts. That's gonna be $5 now. Sickness.
We should charge teams for a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh, well. Certainly bringing this good, high-quality action free to the Onward community. And that's what we're all about. It is going to be some really good all-star action, and I love casting it and being able to deliver it to the community that really just loves watching these games. And these games are so fun because you know you're not really going to get any sort of... I feel like there's not... The likeliness of slow play is much... It's much more... These games are much more volatile.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no MMR. This is 100% for bragging rights.
Right.
So...
You get people kind of going crazy, you know, like getting double and triple kills and going for these crazy flanks, like Noman grabbing a double to win on Suburbia. Just the other day, he flanked through the center of the map.
How do you flank through? That's not the definition of a flank.
They were on the east and they were pushing up objective.
Okay.
And they were past the center of the map. They were certainly getting flanked. They were shot in their back by Noman.
Yeah, and I wonder, because I think yesterday we saw in the I can't even remember who I watched yesterday. I casted Calm Chaos versus the Threepeats, and in map number 3, because it went 1-to-1 for the maps. So map number 3, everything did slow down. Plus it was downfall. And they were playing very reserved, and they wanted that. You could tell both teams wanted that win. So I don't know if we're going to see that from the get-go here, because the whole match is for that win versus, map 3.
Yeah, and we do have the obvious close quarters of the Suburbia map, so kind of keying into that aggressive play style. We'll see what happens. Both squads are readied up, so we should be diving into map number 1 pretty soon. I'm excited. No, I mean, what is your guess, Trip? Who are you gonna take? Who are you gonna invest in now before anything happens?
I'm not gonna lie. I have not seen any of the Capitanos games because I did not get time to watch the other one. But
based
I
off
think
rosters,
the Threepeats
look
are
at the
strong.
rosters.
The Threepeats are really strong.
Okay. I think since I watched Capitanos, I'll be on their side. We'll have a nice even cast as we dive into round number 1 of map 1. Threepeats on the offensive, Capitanos on the defensive, and the first objective is a tucked-backed one in the garage.
Yeah, probably the most difficult objective to cap, in my opinion.
Definitely requires good coordination and proper smokes to kind of deny vision to cross that street, but look at the aggressive positioning of Capitanos. Nalik and Killinger getting right up into the center here. Flashing out on a Silent Knight. Killinger experiencing some fire over from that east side. Nice nade.
Wow!
Was that a nade C4 combo? Oh, and the nade goes down from Nintendo to confirm. Spoilty picking up Silent Knight, and Capitanos shutting down Threepeats before they can even get to the center of the map.
Yeah, that was a nade C4 combo with a martyr nade finishing off one of the members of Threepeats, and that's not a good way to start it off. Nalik doing work here.
Wow.
One is lane, one their side.
I mean,
This is not good.
we set it up for aggression, but I wasn't expecting it from the Volk side like this. Zach Fontaine now all alone in a 1v5. We've seen comebacks.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to fall into the whole like EU is slow, but I was not expecting that aggression from those players.
Oh, Noman confirming the final kill for Capitanos as they take a pretty commanding lead 1-0 on Suburbia.
I just think they weren't ready for that aggression, right? They didn't know that they were gonna run all the way past center house.
It was like they were playing, like they were going on the offense, like they were pushing an objective on the north side of the map.
Well, I mean, technically that's what you have, right? You have 2 spawns.
Yeah.
So, and that's where the objectives are too. So your offensive plans work just as well for defense if you can make the shots.
Really good nade C4 double up though. That's a good way of covering a lot of explosive ground.
Yeah, I didn't even see the C4 come out. I just heard
either.
it
Yeah,
go
me too.
kaboom. People died. And I think that the Threepeats are going to be taking a lot more time in the tent after that first round just to figure out what they're dealing with. I mean, you know, you have to know your enemy, and at this point, I think they're confused. I'm confused.
Yeah, definitely consider taking some flashbangs, you know what I mean? So that you can deny that really insane aggressive push. You can kind of throw precautionary ones up over some of these hedges before you try and make your push. I think that's kind of one way of denying some initial aggression, but yeah, I'd be wary of a real hard push middle house here from Capitanos if I was a Threepeats.
Now, personally, I thought that the Capitanos were going to have the hardest time playing together because of all the captains, right?
Right.
That's a lot of alphas making calls, and I just felt like that would not go well.
I mean, they played pretty well yesterday. You know, they had some pretty good plays, and now we'll see if they can kind of keep the momentum going that they have after that really fast round 1. Killinger already pushing up here to the center. You can see the Threepeats not nearly as aggressive as Capitanos on the defense.
Sickness creeping his way up to burning Heskos. That's what they're called. He definitely didn't make it where he wanted to go from the get-go. I saw him run back to the tank for cover and then start creeping across again. The pre-fire from the Capitanos did its job and kind of maintained where the Threepeats could get to on the map.
That is one thing I saw a lot of yesterday, is that Capitanos laid down a lot of suppressive fire through the wood planks, a lot of that pre-fire, and then all the while the rest of their team is basically full sprinting to get up into position. And it's a pretty effective strategy. I'm curious to see if it's going to carry over into league play. A lot of the strats that we've seen here, I want to see teams kind of adopt and hone in on their practice teams.
I mean, I'm always a fan of pre-fire.
Yeah.
That's why I'm part of that LMG gang.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of grouping here, though, from Spoilty and Scooby-Doo that, I mean, if anyone just decided to throw a nade, they wouldn't even have to know they're there, to be fair. They just get it.
I think Killinger would probably get caught up in that, too, if it's a nice air burst. A good toss, just missing Sickness. Good
That's
thing
where he was sitting, though. Woo. The map knowledge coming out from all these captains, like, you're seeing the highest levels of play here from individual players.
Sickness in a trade with Spoilty. And kill for kill, headshot for headshot. Noman is able to rotate around that west side. Or excuse me, the east side of the building. Silent Knight grabbing a pick. Killinger also refragging Silent through the shrubs.
That was a long and impressive shot through shrubs and fence.
Nintendo looking for that angle onto Killinger. It is a bit of a sliver if he can ever find it. It also would be through the hedges, so kind of a guessing game if you were to take those shots. But it is 3v3 now. Noman over on the east. Scooby pushing up to the center. Blowing a pretty nice smoke. That's going to completely deny Nintendo. Well, Not too much vision, actually.
I think Noman has a pretty good approach here if the rest of his team just distracts and doesn't die. He's only got to worry about Zach Fontaine in the south.
Raph has an eyesight over from the two-story, but Noman grabs the pick. Nintendo scooping up Killinger on the inside. Scooby rotating around, getting really exposed as Zach grabs Noman on the rotation, and now Scooby's in a bit of an awkward position. That smoke is saving his life, but for how long? Once it dissipates, he's going to be in trouble.
I think Scooby knows that he is protected from anyone in the house unless, I mean, they'd have to walk right up to the window or out the front door. So he's going to be looking for that south kill, and I think he's going to spend as much time as possible to try and pick off Zach before he does anything.
Just kind of overwatching. I think there's one in the middle of healthy.
And he knows Nintendo's there now because of the talk. Scooby gets Zach!
Wow, what a great shot. He was dialed in right as he peaked. And Nintendo goes down. Scooby with the double grabs Capitanos, the 2-0 lead.
Now that angle that he just used to take down Nintendo is probably one of my favorites. I saw it used starting like last season, and it's amazing. You know, people don't check it. It's hard to see coming down the stairs into that window. But man, that one shot onto Zach was impressive.
That was dirty. And he only took one shot too, you know what I mean? He didn't send a burst down there. He just popped him right in the head as soon as he saw him peek.
Yeah, he was waiting for it.
Uh-huh. Well, a fun start to the All-Star Tournament, the All-Star Championship, that's for sure.
Capitanos taking a demanding 2-point lead with very aggressive plays on both sides, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do if you're Threepeats here going on offense? Because you've got to kind of be anticipating that really aggressive movement from Capitanos, but at the same time, Capitanos have all sorts of options now. They can opt in to play passively, allow Threepeats to sweat it out. You know, this could be a bit of an extended round, and Capitanos could maybe extend their lead here and just grab an easy Volk round. Or they can get that aggression out and try and go for those early kills again.
I don't know. I mean, it's burning porch objective. I think it's very capable personally. And I think that looking at the Threepeats roster, I think that Nintendo, Sickness, Silent, I think they all have a very good affinity for getting caps on this.
I don't know if that was all a minute and a half between rounds, but either way.
It felt pretty long.
Yeah, that's true. We are into round number 3 of map 1. If you are just tuning in, you haven't missed out too much on the action, but it is underway. Capitanos with a nice 2-0 lead against Threepeats, and this is their map pick.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start off your series, but I think the Threepeats are going to try and make a cap happen.
Not seeing any insane aggression from that defense of Capitanos, although there is a push there from Noman. Raph catching it out.
I'm just listening to the comms here from Sickness, Zach, and Silent, and they're, you know, Sickness calling for an airstrike grenade, but only one person is carrying a frag. So it seems like they were definitely going for the cap with all of those smokes.
And here they come, two getting deployed out. Killinger looking to reroute. Not reroute, toss his own nades. Actually, a lot of nades coming out over into that corner.
Wow, 3 nades in the exact same spot. If anyone had been there, they would be very dead.
And the smokes are out, but I don't know if they're denying the vision they need to be. There actually is a really good one that's covering most of Playground. Scooby's rerouting this one for himself. And
Zach's checking his tablet.
He has a clear line.
He's got it.
Killinger. Scooby-Doo's next on his kill list if he wants to get the cap. Or Scooby actually may not see him punching the code through the smoke. Scooby's not going to push in. And the Threepeats may be able to come back here. No.
Yes.
Yes?
Oh no! Sickness was waiting and watching for that. The smokes are dissipating. Oh, with the Threepeats get it with a kill.
He was right there looking at me.
And 2 on objective. Well, 3 on objective, and you don't get the cap. You still get the points, but that's
Yeah.
really not what they were going for.
He had the time to punch in the code, but just couldn't clutch that. We don't talk about it often, but we do talk about it. Punching in that code is a skill in and of itself. Definitely worth sitting down and honestly practicing, just getting the feel for how to punch in those numbers quickly and accurately.
Yeah, it's just a hard thing to practice. I mean, we've been asking for the ability in game to, like, even in the shooting range, just have an objective that you can sit there and just type numbers in over and over and over, you know, practice. But we haven't got that yet. Although we did get a really cool kill house in shooting range, which is awesome if you haven't tried it out. Definitely helps with your transitions and your timing for quick draws. The Threepeats not going down without a fight. Now they have to defend this objective, though. Can they defend Burning Porch from the aggression that is Capitanos? I mean, I don't know. I did bet I bet my casting bet on the Threepeats. We're not going to tell you all at home how we actually, fund those casting bets, but I really want the Threepeats to win.
I'm putting down $100 Buxton dollars on it.
Oh, Buxton Bucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I'm throwing down the Buxton Bucks.
It's like Monopoly money with Buxton's face on it. It's great.
Each Buxton dollar is worth 10 American dollars. It's a great exchange rate.
It really is.
Round number 4 underway for this all-star match. We're still on map 1. If you are just dropping into the action, the pre-fire, the signature pre-fire, if you will, coming in there from the Capitanos, and you can see the rest of that squad pushing up. Killinger and Spoilty getting into position early. Nintendo goes down from shots from Spoilty through the hedges. Ooh, getting a little risky there, peeking through the door, almost grabbing Spoilty. A nade, just missing that hedge. If it had gone over, that would have been a double.
Yeah, so close yet so far.
One's right on objective, looking at Slinger and Humvee.
Wow, and the Capitanos picking off the Threepeats. And Nolix on objective, punching in code. Is Zach Fontaine going to be here to deny it? He does catch him out. Noman grabbing Raph leaves Zach Fontaine all alone into a 1v4. He picks up Noman. That turns it into a 1v3. 1v2.
Wow, Zach's on a tear. Raph is giving callouts. Oh, no, not anymore.
I think he knows Spoilty's in carport. I believe that call out was relayed, so Zach is trying to get his eyes in over there. But if he's too committed to that, Killinger may eventually be able to rotate around through APC and flank him. He's got to use this tank for full cover.
Yeah, Killinger is definitely looking for it.
Ooh, little slice there from the carport. Capitanos grab their 3rd round in map 1 and push their lead up just one more. Interestingly, no smokes that time. If they had just a couple, Nolik might have had a chance of punching in the code.
I wonder if they didn't actually expect to get to there. You know, if they were just planning on getting the kills, and then all of a sudden, Nolik's like, hey, the objective's open, and I'm on it.
Yeah, it was definitely a shot in the dark, because he was very exposed out in the open there for Zach.
Hey, sometimes that works, you know?
Yeah.
If you just sit still, they're like T-Rexes. They can't see you. You don't move.
I mean, that disc, you could use it as cover, too. If he had gotten behind it, he may have had a little bit more of a
Yeah, I have seen that done. The hiding behind the uplink is very effective, and I don't know right now if it's penetrable or not. I know at one point it was, and then it wasn't, and I'm not sure what its current status is, if you could shoot through the objective or not. But Capitanos with a 3-1 lead, all they have to do is defend this north red car, which I don't know. I don't like the north objectives.
You know, interestingly enough, Noman did let this objective get capped yesterday when they were playing against Armageddon.
Well, I don't think they're gonna make that mistake again. If you get capped on twice on the same objective, you're fired.
Oh, I was telling them to shame openly Noman and at him. He didn't have any kills at one point, but then suddenly was on the board. Let's see now. Where's his KD at? 3-3. Okay, that's respectable. He's representing us well. Ooh, Zach answering back to the pre-fire, actually grabbing out Scooby-Doo, who was getting a little overzealous shooting through the walls, exposing himself there at that 2-story angle.
Yeah, if you stand in the same spot too long shooting, chances are bullets are going to fly back at you. And the Threepeats are looking like they're taking it a lot slower. Maybe they want Capitanos to get overly aggressive like they've been doing, let them run into their fire.
Right.
Maybe they're just trying to burn out the time and make them get a little jumpy.
I mean, burn out the time. They're at the center, and it's only 5 minutes. You know, I guess this whole series has just been so quick that this does feel slow. But they've already got one kill in those 30 seconds. Nalik almost grabbing Silent Night with a good airburst there. C4 coming out finally.
Did he just throw 2 frags and a C4 to get one guy?
And just down him.
Man, he really wanted that kill.
Does look like they should be able to rotate around here and scoop him up, turning it back into a 5v4. But Nalik has pushed up and is in a bit of a dangerous position. Sickness also pretty far forward for his squad.
I think Nalik was using him as bait. I think he heard the the groan after downing him. It doesn't look like he's getting any shots through these bushes. He is in a very dangerous position.
Oh, just a couple of Marsoc around him. Raf here now completely exposed. Doesn't catch Nalik out. Nalik now peeks up, doesn't see Raf.
Just inches apart. There's so much tension. Raph looking right at him. He just stood up.
And this might give a false sense of confidence to him and his squad. If you know Raf's right there, you probably feel pretty safe to push up. Silent, not exposing himself. Nintendo and Zach also staying relatively covered. And Nolik's really waiting for a very exposed angle here.
I don't even know if he's going to take the first shot, if he's going to let a couple pass. Oh, he knows Raf's there. Nope. He's still watching that lane one side.
Nintendo, Zach pushing up Nintendo now. Here's the shots right across from him. Still doesn't shoot it. Nalik there. Finally, once he stood up, goes down through the shrubs, and we're into a 3v4.
Wow, Sickness in the smoke on or close to objective. I'd call it danger close. He's gonna run.
Oh.
Wow. I don't know if someone saw him and called him out, because pre-fire came out from 2 angles at once.
Yeah, Spoilty and Noman getting really aggressive there on that angle. Turns it into a 3v3. We're going to go down to this east side where Silent Knights, Raph, and Nintendo have smoked out the street, but aren't crossing or trying to make this push happen. It looks like
I think they have a better approach on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's looking. I don't know. One of those heat of the moment decisions, right? You're like, hey, we smoked over here, we've shot some shots over here. Do we continue to push it, or do we think that they're all looking at us and ready to kill us?
Raph definitely going to be the Threepeats' best chance of catching out a few picks here if he can quietly inch his way up.
I think he definitely needs a distraction on the far end of the map. He needs to get a little closer to Killinger, or he's just going to pre-fire the fence, which is a good call, but gives away your position.
Killinger and Noman really, their eyes are mostly around objectives. Spoilty is the only one that's going to be able to deal with Silent Knight and Nintendo, who are making their way still over on this east side, lanes 1 and 2. Or is that 3 and 4?
One dead lane 3.
Spoilty picking up Raph as he rounds the corner, takes a couple shots of his own, gets the heal out. Killinger gets Nintendo right as he rounds the corner on a Spoilty, saving his life. And now it's all up to Silent at the far end. He stands up and he's moving.
Yep.
Not moving fast enough. You can't move faster than a bullet, people.
Proven by the Capitanos as they take map number 1, the Threepeats map choice, 4-1, and now they go into their map pick. And I don't know, we might not even see a third map here. If Capitanos can grab what's coming up, they will take the All-Star Tournament and take the All-Star Championship.
Yeah, I mean, what are we gonna see? Quarantine or downfall? What did you get?
Bizarre?
Did you get bans?
No, I have no idea what's
No
banned.
bans. I don't think there were any then.
Okay, we'll operate on that assumption.
Which is great, in my opinion. I mean, for the All-Stars match, I don't think they should be able to ban anything. I think it gives more flexibility to the teams. But
Where are we going?
quarantine.
Ooh. Okay, so your quarantine downfall calls.
It was definitely going to be long range.
Working.
Yeah, I'm just confirming. It doesn't look like. Does look like. Excuse me. It does look like they picked the map, not the side.
Yes, that is correct. Or at least, that's what it seems like.
Yes.
We don't know anything. Teams don't tell us anything.
Really just kinda... just feeling it out, man.
We make assumptions, and those assumptions are final.
Absolutely. Those look like Threepeats. Are they rotating in? Is Nintendo, was he playing last time? I think he was, right?
He was playing, yes. It looks like it's the same lineups.
rosters, yep. And just to refresh your memory, because obviously these teams are not familiar to you, Capitanos has Noman, Scooby-Doo, Dr. Killinger, Spoilty, and Nolik. And the Threepeats has Zach Fontaine, Sickness, Silent Knight, Raphael, and Nintendo.
Yeah, so for overall team cohesion, I would give the advantage to Capitanos because there are 2 Vikings on that team, which gives them a slight edge, in my opinion. Teammates definitely help in the All-Stars.
And just like that, you hear the tune of Trip changing to my pick, Capitanos.
Yeah. No, I'm still sticking with the 3P. I'm just saying, your team may have a bit of an edge.
We'll see. We'll see. The Threepeats do get that Volk start here, but it is a tough objective to defend as we hop into round number 1, map 2, and already Silent goes down to Noman, who grabs a pretty nice angle from the gas station.
That was impressive. And Raph just kind of watched as his teammate just dropped in front of him.
Oh no, Scooby grabbing Sickness on a rotation. No smokes there, so definitely an aggressive one from Sickness, not paying off and getting denied, putting Threepeats into a rough start to this map. 3v5.
Yeah, and the defense on this objective is just not the greatest. I mean, once you're down to 3 people, it's kind of hard. You can't rotate back. So we've got Zach Fontaine here in the East 2-story, but he can't see objective. So all he can do from his position is cover the roof and the wide angles. But if they decided to rush up the middle, he would be absolutely useless to the team. And Nintendo is watching the north side here from the tow trucks. Also, not very helpful. I mean, right now, if 5 members just ran up the middle, it would be all up to Raph. And I'm surprised that Capitanos have slowed down as much as they have. After getting 2 early picks, I would have thought that it kind of would have been a bum rush towards objective.
Take a look at the overhead map. Does look like those rotations probably costing them a lot of time right now. Raph does catch out with the one over on Playwing on the south, but his location now known, and he's going to be pretty exposed to a rooftop position from Spoilty. Oh, the M203 nade just missing Raph.
Don't see that very often. Nintendo here looking for Nalik on the corner. Nalik runs out to throw a nade, runs. Ooh!
I don't know how he didn't see him there or take the shots. Nalik very fortunate. And that nade not really on target. I think that was going towards Raph, but not quite far enough. Oop, here comes an
Nintendo's laser right into Nalik's head again. Oh, a nade comes out, gets caught on the ledge. Oh my god.
Come on, man. How's that not fucking...
Now we're into a firefight. Nalik just missing the headshot. A smoke coming in. Scooby-Doo grabs Raph on objective. Nintendo goes down on a hard rotation, and it all comes down to the lone survivor, Zach Fontaine, crashing towards objective. He has a line of sight. Doesn't get picked up. The smoke that was thrown out by the by his team actually hurting him. Scooby pad out behind Zach Fontaine. Doesn't quite pay off. Spoilty crashing on objective, and Capitanos looking for the cap, but can't quite get it.
Zach ran through Nalik's pre-fire. Spoilty looked directly at him, and he just kept running. And then Scooby comes up on objective with tab out with no calls that there's a guy hanging out right there. And Zach's looking the wrong way. I don't know what happened. That's one of those panic moments, right? That
yeah. You have to crash objective. You have to make sure you're not getting capped. And so you're just kind of, oh, well, it's fire to my right. Whatever, don't care. Gotta check objective.
Just a light stroll towards objective in the middle of a firefight. No big deal.
Threepeats are definitely aware, though, of the danger that Capitanos present. And I mean, surprised we haven't seen a cap yet, actually, in this series. And maybe we'll see one here as Threepeats go on the offensive for round number 2 in map 2.
It did get very close on multiple rounds on Suburbia.
Very close.
Threepeats spawning on the north, sending 3 across the south. Pre-fire coming out from Noman. That's a spot I've never seen taken before.
They sent one north. The rest going south. It was north spawn.
Yeah, popping up. It's so risky to pop up onto that catwalk like that. Obviously, you're super exposed. So if the Threepeats were looking there. It could have been an equal opportunity firefight, really. And now Noman crossing the street without smokes. Fortunate enough that the Threepeats didn't push to check this. He's actually able to rotate all the way across to the south side. He could be a real dangerous flank threat here if he keeps this push going.
Scooby-Doo on the backside of roof has the fastest squats I've seen besides Pants. He's been shot at twice and just hit the deck so fast. He gets a pick on the Raph. Him and Killinger expected one. There are 2 members now.
Nolik grabbing Nintendo. The callouts from Scooby coming in clutch, and the aggression from Capitanos grab them the north. Noman has secured the south for his team, so if anything, the Threepeats try and rotate across here, they're going to run into Noman's defensive position, and this is a really aggressive but effective defense right now from Capitanos.
Yeah, looking at the overhead, they are just closing in on the remaining players. We've got Nolik coming from the north, checking that white card to make sure everyone is dead. Scooby's on the roof. Looking at that burning center. He sees him, he just can't find him. The shots are going to ring back out. No, Scooby does Noman.
Yeah, Team Fire denying them that south hold now, but Spoilty grabs Sickness, and there isn't really a south rotation coming in. He's next up going to have to deal with Zach Fontaine, who's got his eyes trained into this crack in the wall. Nade coming up and over. Oh, it's a smoke.
Scooby realizes that he actually killed a friendly, or may have killed a friendly in his words.
Possibly.
You know when you do it, right? Like you've been in matches, you kill a friendly and then you're just like, oops.
Oh wait, I forgot that was a possibility. Zach Fontaine able to grab Scooby-Doo. Silent Knight also taking some shots, but Spoilty ultimately grabbing the frag back onto Zach, and it's all up to Silent Knight, alone in the rubble into a 1v3.
I bet Noman's hoping his teammate can actually make this clutch because Scooby shot him in the head. So
yeah.
He's now rooting for the other team, his Blaze members. But Silent's going to have to deal with Killinger here. I mean, he's going to have to deal with everyone, but ooh, he gets one. Killinger's now rotating. There it is. There's the peak.
Good shots from Killinger. Grab Capitanos round number 2. And they push their lead up 2-0. Take a look at the KDs real quick. Killinger 3-0 right now on this map. How's Noman doing? Where's he representing us? 1-1. Okay. Very good.
Probably could have been more, but he was taken out early.
Very true. Very true. Denying us caster representation in the battlefield.
You know, what I'm seeing on these maps is the Capitanos, their positioning and their map knowledge is on point. I mean, it's phenomenal. I'm seeing them move to positions. They know where they can get to before they get shot at. They know what lines of sight they have. They've used tight angles. They've used long angles. And then they get into these spots where they just kind of wait. And, you know, even if they lose a teammate, they're ready to get that refrag. And it's impressive. I would not want to fight Capitanos. Even with a full roster, I don't think I would want to fight this team.
It's like the timing too on these rounds is so fast. It's almost like we're playing in a comp lobby, you know, in the sense that these players don't really want to wait around or slow crawl their way up to something. They're very much pushing, looking for the kills, looking for that double kill, trying to perform almost, if you will. You know what I mean? Trying to impress and show off their all-star skill. And we're getting such quick rounds here, and we're moving right on into the next one, round number 3 on map 2.
So remind me of the score for the first map. Was it 4-1?
Yes.
So the Threepeats only having 1 point on the board so far.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if they can bounce back and grab at least one here and stop the damage, stop the bleeding that Capitanos have been inflicting.
I do think they got a good spawn. The Capitanos with the southeast spawn gives the Threepeats a lot of time to set up their defense. And at this point, they have to know where the enemy is coming from because they didn't come out of the crater, as you would expect from a north spawn. They didn't come and shoot from the Volk Twins or gas station. So they've got to know that they're pushing their way up from southeast at this point. But Sickness in a very aggressive, I don't know, man. I don't think I've ever seen this done. He's protected from the corner closest to him, watching that north wall. But once he shoots, where's he gonna go is the question, right? If you're in a spot, you want to be able to like fire and rotate, and I don't think he has the rotate part set up. No. I do think he'll probably get a kill though.
Yeah, it is a good spot. Nintendo also in a pretty forward position. Lots of eyes trained on to him on the corner there. Nalik and Spoilty trying to make their move. If Nintendo does peek, he could catch a couple of exposed Marsoc right now.
Killinger, being the farthest west, is using these windows in the plane fuselage to look through and see white car / trench area. And I think he called one out. It's really, he needs subtitles.
Man, that's advanced stuff. We have to have people closed captioning the streams.
Capitanos are setting up a pretty good offense here, but the Threepeats also have a good defense.
Yeah. Sickness in that spot we ID'd earlier. Nintendo's still up on that corner. He'll be a dangerous threat. Where's the rest of the squad? Over here, Zach Fontaine definitely has some lasers pretty close to his head if he decides to peek up over this white car.
Raph is now moving. He's the most aggressive defender on the Threepeats. But if he waits a little bit, he has a good line. He can shoot under that plane wing and take Nalik out if he just waits a bit. But he is in a very good position now, I think.
I think he knows Nalik's there too, and he's trying to get a nade. He's radioed it in. Nalik's trained in. I think he might have heard it. The nade comes out and over. Does grab Nalik out, but he's just down, not insta-killed, fortunately enough, and the firefight is underway. Nalik actually killing himself with a nade he had primed. And Killinger looking for the shots, does grab Zach Fontaine, evening out the odds into a 4v4. Noman on the push, grabs Sickness on that exposed position we were talking about earlier, turns it into a 3v4.
He grabbed Sickness, but he did not grab Nintendo. I guess that is a very tight angle that Nintendo was on.
Yeah, I don't think he could actually see him across the corner of that wall.
But Noman's now on the north wall, and it doesn't really seem like Silent Night. I mean, he's checking it every so often, but if you just lost a teammate to someone shooting and running towards money trucks, I would be 100% focused on this north wall. It's a 4v3, as we have said. Raph getting aggressive now, coming out into the pit.
Ooh, Spoilty and Nintendo trading on the corner. Finally, Nintendo going down there, and Raph is definitely tucked in. Here's the footsteps from Scooby. He's pushing him, grabs Scooby-Doo. Now it's a 2v2, but really a 1v2, or maybe a 1v1. Silent Night grabs out Noman on the flank. That's a huge pick, because that was a real threat there. If Silent Night had gone down, that objective could have been pushed.
What is Killinger doing? He's got a minute 18 left, and he is just now crossing North Street, rounding the far west side, taking the longest path possible. Ooh, but should he see Roof? No? Roof is down low. Raph sees him. Raph takes down Killinger, and the Threepeats stop the bleeding.
Yeah, a huge round for them to pick up. They definitely needed that round to stop what was Quite a lot of unanswered points, honestly. I think I think it was 1-1 at the start of that map number 1, so it was 5 unanswered points. Or 6? I don't know. Math's tough.
No,
Either way.
I think it was 3 and 3.
Was it?
I think the Threepeats came back on round number 3 or 4.
Really?
I think so.
No.
Yeah, because Capitanos started off real strong, didn't they?
It was 4-1.
They took both
on the first map.
Right. But I think Capitanos had 3 points, and then Threepeats got the 1.
Oh.
And then Capitanos got the final round.
Well.
Yeah, I think it's been 3 points.
Okay.
And then the Threepeats take a round, and then 3 more unanswered points, and then the Threepeats take a round. Chat will let me know if I'm wrong, but they also know that I can't do math, so I mean, what is a 3?
The backwards E.
Reverse math, also called subtraction. But here's the dilemma. So the Threepeats were able to defend this objective, right? It's their only point so far. So do you really think that the Capitanos won't also be able to defend this objective? Like, in your head, if you were on the Threepeats, isn't that what you'd be thinking? Like, hey, we were just able to take it, so...
I think that the Capitanos could definitely play this one a little bit too aggressive. They're not too careful. Because I think they're going to want to answer back really hard to try and grab this 3rd round. And so I think if they get a little bit over-aggressive, they could cost themselves another round. But we'll see exactly what happens right now. The action underway for round number 4 and map number 2.
I mean, they could get aggressive, though. They've got a whole nother map that they could play.
Yeah, absolutely. They can afford it.
The Threepeats with the south spawn gives them a lot more ability to pre-fire, but not a lot coming out. They're looking for that roof kill. Here it might come. Shots do ring out from Zach and Raph, both missing. Zach thinks he got him. Raph thinks he didn't.
And now that spawn is known. Scooby-Doo calling in South Plane Wing. Scooby also finding Zach Fontaine. Nade comes up and over. It's a good toss. A bit too far. Scooby just able to stay alive.
The spawn was determined, but at that point, Sickness and Nintendo were already at Burning Center. And Sickness is in Roof Courtyard now, creeping up. Although, if he moves up without most of his team, he's going to have to deal with 5 Capitanos. Needs a little bit of backup.
Very similar angles that the Threepeats were holding. You have Killinger over there on that west side. Grabs Sickness, trying to inch his way up through the courtyard. A nice shot just underneath the plane wing there with a tight angle.
Can't tell you how many times I've been killed by that angle. I know it's there, and I forget about it anyways.
It's those little slices that are tough to remember about.
Nintendo's still looking for that roof shot onto Scooby-Doo. He knows that that's probably their biggest deterrent for this push. Silent also looking for that roof shot from the far west side. Scooby's got a lot of guns trained on him, which gives the rest of his team, I mean, you know, being a distraction's a good role for your team, right? Everyone else can move, not worry about spots, get new angles. All Scooby has to keep doing is basically just pulling the trigger every so often just to, you know, draw attention back to him.
Right.
He doesn't have to shoot in the right direction. He can shoot it up in the air.
Yeah, he is really the ultimate threat. Nades coming out up and over to try and grab him. Somehow that air burst.
Oh, jeez, just below the wall.
I'm down on the roof. Don't worry. Keep you good vision.
You'd hear Scooby there baiting the call out too, just in case someone was real close. Saying he's down on the roof, tossing a nade of his own. Thankfully, Nintendo hasn't pushed out yet, so he's safe. Another nade coming out to the roof, not quite far enough. You're right, this Scooby-Doo threat up on the top has been really a thorn in the side of this Threepeats push.
Yeah, and I like the setup Scooby and Killinger have here, where Scooby's got Killinger's back, so he doesn't have to worry about watching his west side. And Scooby is pretty much protected, unless someone went way far to the east and shot Scooby in the back. 5 Capitanos still standing. Okay, let's see. I got Spoilty. I got Scooby. I see Killinger. I see Nolik. Where's the last? Oh, wow. He's over by
Yeah, way on north side.
Motel.
East
Noman.
side, yeah.
I just hit one on bullshit objective. He's still alive.
Nintendo starting to make the push. 2:20 on the clock. He's advancing forward here into this courtyard. He's going to have to deal with Killinger, who does have, obviously, the eyes into this courtyard, and I think Nintendo is aware of Killinger's position as well.
Noman picking up Raph on the far east side on a rotation, taking the Threepeats down to 2 members. Now, I do think you're right. I think Nintendo knows Killinger's here, but he also knows Scooby's there. He has to deal with 2 people, and when you're in that kind of position, you're like dividing your attention, you're more likely to not win either trade.
I think this is a good play. He can take the this low side of the wing, where he can then maybe take shots onto Killinger. He'll stay out of Scooby-Doo's sights. Then Silent Night, ideally, can find the shots onto Scooby if he peeks, although Silent now is dropping back. Yeah, he still has his eyes trained up, and this is definitely the right play. Can Nintendo grab Killinger here?
This is the time.
Killinger's missed it, and now a bit of overconfidence from Nintendo as he keeps pushing up. Doesn't have his eyes over onto that left side. Killinger does finally see him. Down he goes, and now Scooby, well aware of Silent's rotation. He's got his eyes trained onto the backside of Killinger, and I'm sure the comms will also alert Killinger of this possibility.
Yeah, this is kind of a firing line here. This is not looking good for Silent.
Down he goes, and Capitanos don't lose a single member on Volk as they grab their defensive round, pushing their lead up 3-1.
I think I bet on the wrong team.
Well,
That's what happens. This is why I don't go to casinos.
there's still some time. Threepeats obviously going into the Volk side here. Can grab this defensive round. Then the cap opportunity is available. So there's still some magic left in the air trip. I wouldn't give up just yet.
You know, if I was the Capitanos, what I would be doing right now for this objective is be going for it 100%. Get that 5-1 win. Because even if you lose it, all you have to do is defend the next round and you still win. So they're at that point with the 3-1 lead that I think it's going to get real aggressive. I want to see a map 3 though. I want a map 3 decider. Those are always the best kinds of maps.
I do agree. I don't know if we'll be blessed with it. We'll see. Throwing out those clutch emotes in chat for Threepeats. Get them motivated.
Yeah. Let them know how you feel, chat.
Send them your energy through Twitch chat.
Are we immediately going to change the Threepeats name after if they lose to what are we going to call them?
I don't know, no Peats.
I mean, they're still 2-timers.
2-timers. Well, I don't know. Are the Threepeats going to just be the 2-timers? Or will they be able to defend their name? We will see.
Oh, it was the Repeats. That's what they were called last season.
Okay.
So
they'll go back to the Repeats?
I think so.
Okay. They'll be demoted, if you will.
We should really keep stats on the All-Stars.
Gosh, we track so much already.
One's behind overturn.
We do.
Zach Fontaine has eyes trained into this overturned Humvee. He's got one identified there that tried to cross. Got kind of stuck.
Yeah, the call out for spawn was accurate and good. It looks like the Threepeats are adjusting their defense. They're sending one along the north wall. I'm looking at the big map here, so I don't know who it is. And then one along the far west wall doing that Killinger rotation.
Scooby's putting some rounds down into the Burning Rubbles, trying to open up, and does open up the opportunity for that cross to come out from the Humvee. Was pinned. He then takes up position in that Humvee, interestingly enough, and he's kind of going for a little maneuver here where he's climbing up the Humvee and peeking up and over it.
Sickness in a dangerous position here, taking shots
Whoa.
at a ghost and getting 1, 2, 3 people shooting at him. Noman's trained on that corner. The nade does come out for those shots, but it goes into the building. Oh, man.
I think Sickness hit something when he threw that grenade. I heard something clang in his headset.
I did just see a C4 get thrown right in front of Sickness.
Yeah.
Was that his?
Yeah, that was. He tossed it out up and over the wall.
Oh, okay. I thought it came from Raph, and I was like, my God, that's a throw.
No, yeah, wow. Jeez. No. Also, that would be impossible.
I don't know. I saw some pretty impressive C4 throws from Caltrop the other day.
You can't throw C4 on Marsoc.
No, Raph's on
Oh.
Volk.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Oh, geez, that would have been a heck of a toss. No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just from Sickness up over the wall.
Capitanos now trying to cross this north road. Sickness, he's hearing ghosts, he's seeing ghosts, man. He shot at something down the far north road. I don't know if the pressure's getting to him or what, but he needs to hold this spot. He makes the cross back to the north side of that wall, under fire.
Loyalty
They know he's
super
there.
exposed, goes down. Raph confirming that kill, and Raph also has a bit of an overwatch position here into that courtyard. Now you can see Nalek a little bit concerned. The south push also looking for shots onto Raph, and Raph's readjusted his position.
Noman, however, did make the cross, so he is way in the north now.
That's what Raph is waiting for. Shots from Zach, suppressing the tank courtyard move. Raph misses the shots onto Noman. Now Noman has positioning. This could get awkward. The nade coming out. Noman super exposed, misses the shots onto Raph again, and now Raph's kind of caught between two Marsoc. He can't go too far either way.
Killinger picks up Silent Night, but from where?
South Plain Wing. Silent was over at Ambulance. He was
I'm
picked
confused on Silent's position here.
Yeah, Noman grabbing Raph. Capitanos looking good. 4v3 now. The remaining 3 defenders. Sickness over in the center. Zach whittling the numbers down of the Capitanos to 3. Evening things out just a bit. They have 2 in the north, 1 in the south to deal with.
Sickness had a good rotation there. Now he's protected, but Killinger takes down Nintendo. Sickness gets Scooby-Doo, and it's a 2v2.
Zach's looking for the shots onto Killinger here through those portholes. He knows Killinger does like to check those, and obviously anybody that's pushing on this south side will check those. He's got his eyes trained though. Catches Killinger rotating just out of cover, and now it's a 1v2. Threepeats trying to run this back, trying to hold on to this second map.
Sickness with a good call says the last one is northeast, northwest. I can't remember what he said. Definitely in the north, but I don't know if they have an exact position. They are trying to adjust their positioning now to defend the objective, but Zach's going the wrong way. We'll see. He's got a minute left. Who is that? Who's the last member? Noman. Caster extraordinaire trying to get this cap or kill. I don't know. You think he's still going for the cap at this point?
Definitely got eyes on objective. It isn't a terrible move. If he does try and go for it, he may be able to catch out some overzealous rotations from Sickness or Zach, because you definitely have to be concerned about this. Sickness is rotating pretty hard, but he catches Noman out and secures this round for the Threepeats, closing in on that lead. Killinger 8-2.
Ow. We're seeing a very aggressive Killinger. which is terrifying. I mean, he did it to us when SMC played him. You know, we won map 1 and 2, and map 3. Apparently, beginners were just like, "Yeah, go get him, Killinger," and he just ran he killed like the entire team on Suburbia in like 40 seconds. So when you let him off his leash, Killinger's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, an incredibly dangerous player, as we're seeing highlighted here. And that's what the All-Star match and the All-Star tournament's all about, highlighting the best of the best in the league. Look forward to next year's. I'm sure the format may be honed in a bit, and it's going to be good stuff. These All-Star tournaments are always a good time, and these matches are really proving to be some entertaining ones at the very least. Whether we get that final third map is still up in the air. Obviously, that first one going to Capitanos 4-1. And now they are knocking on that championship door. All they have to do is secure this Volk defensive round, and they will be deemed the All-Star champions.
All right, so the Threepeats spawning in the southeast. If Capitanos push this defense forward, they are going to have enough time to get to very good positions. The calls are out. Killinger takes down Rap on the cross.
Now they know that spawn, and they're sending a lot of suppressive fire down onto that street. Noman eyes trained on Planewing, waiting to see if Silent's going to peek up any farther.
Scooby doing Nolic behind the roof, watching that north cross from east 2-story. It's not looking good. I mean, at this point, they know where you're at. They've got you kind of surrounded. You've got to get picks before you can move. And I don't know about long-range picks from these teams. I think it favors Capitanos.
Yeah, I would agree. Sickness, excuse me, does have some very good long-range shooting ability.
But he was using the 12x
yeah,
for the last couple of days, and now he's not. Is he? He is! Maybe we'll see some picks on the roof then.
One's flanking north,
What?
he's east.
How far over did he get?
He's as far, like, north wall. He's gonna pop out by these armored trucks.
Okay.
Zach catching the rotation on the north wall, calling out money trucks, and Sickness and Zach are both trained on it now.
Ooh,
And Zach with the headshot.
Sickness was trained in on that as well. You would figure him with that 12 times would have seen it a little bit clearer, but either way, Zach with some good shots does grab one, but now I wonder if that defender on the roof will start to turn his attention here and put some rounds into Sickness, who's pretty exposed.
I don't think Zach knows that he got the guy.
Or he's very adamant about confirming it.
Well, to be fair, it was a headshot. So,
Sickness
yeah, he probably doesn't know he's dead.
taking some shots onto the roof, didn't quite land.
Shots from Silent Night onto Noman at the gas station garage. No, north of gas station garage at the east-west garage. I know directions. And then he makes this cross and gets shot at, but decides to go for it anyways. He's going to move up towards the gazebo. I'm assuming those long-range shots I'm hearing are Sickness.
Yeah, they are. He's trying to pick off, I believe, Scooby on the roof, putting suppressive fire there. Nade comes
Silent.
out.
Ooh, yes!
Wow.
That's amazing, but just a down?
I don't know how that is just the down. Noman incredibly lucky, or it could be bad for Capitanos if Killinger decides to try and cross out. He throws a nade of his own, grabs Silent.
Also just a down. Come on, grenades.
Wow. 2 fantastic nades, downing 1 apiece. Nintendo can go for that res, as can Killinger, but it's risky.
Now we're going to have a little fight for which one of those could be nade of the week. We're going to have to let chat vote on it.
One down burning.
Zach picks up Killinger, and Nintendo now clear to get this res. Scooby picks up Zach Fontaine in the north.
Noman has probably pretty good vision over onto that south side, so he can probably ID if this rotation's coming in. Spoilty should be aware of this. Maybe not. He's not going to catch out the res that's coming in right now unless he checks through this gap in the wall, and then he still won't be able to see it.
And Sickness just slowly creeping up on roof courtyard. Might be going for this cap. If he gets on the south side of the roof courtyard wall, he's protected from roof. Those distractions are doing a very good job on the south side.
Yeah, I think Spoilty is aware, and he has turned his attention over to the objective side, grabs Sickness out. Now it's a 2v2.
Wow. Good timing on Spoilty's
Yeah,
part.
really good rotation there. You're absolutely right. Sickness was going for that cap. He was trying to grab this map and take it to a best of 3.
Now a 2 versus 2.5 as Silent comes across the south street.
Ooh.
Trades with Spoilty.
Where has Scooby gone?
He came down to where Sickness died, and Nintendo is rotating around now. I wonder if he can hear Noman, if Noman is making any call out.
I actually like this position from Scooby, though.
I hope they haven't crossed yet.
This is going to be an effective means of defending this rotation coming out from the Threepeats.
Noman has to be calling him out. Now Nintendo has no idea. He's going for it, and he gets down.
Okay, I guess
Capitanos take the second map 4-2.
I think that's them also securing the All-Star Championship. They are deemed the All-Stars. I don't think we're going to go into that third map.
I mean, we can, but
yeah, we can.
I think we are. Ooh. We're going to keep watching. Third map is Cargo. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it looks like they want to play it out. Beautiful. Been fun matches to spectate, that's for sure. So a little bit of a Cargo series to finish things off should be exciting. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of tomfoolery in the rulings as well. Maybe some pistols and knife matches or something wild, if you will.
I think we're just going to see some super aggressive.
Yeah. You got the name wrong, dude.
What? Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me fix that. It's now. There, it's fixed.
Thank you.
We have demoted them.
I should change the logo to only be 2 of them now, too.
Just take an X, put a big old red X on the.
On one of the feeders.
Oh, yeah.
Map number 3 should be interesting. The series has been decided. Capitanos are your champions, hence the repeats going on the offensive now. And Silent and Raph picking up 2. It is an all-out bloodbath, as you would expect. Nintendo is pushing in. Scooby might not hear this. Doesn't really matter. Nintendo grabs him. Nolik, in the meanwhile, has somehow gotten behind all of the Marsoc. He's grabbed 1, grabbed 2. Pistol is out. Doesn't get Raphael, who grabs him and repeats.
I don't know how Nolik got behind them.
Yeah, that was
I was
strange.
too busy watching all the kills happening, and then he comes out of 3 and just mows down
I'm not even going to bother going to the scoreboard. I doubt that we would have a lot of time between these rounds.
It is 1-0 repeats.
Or maybe they will take their time. Jeez.
They heard you.
Oh, I did. The repeats. Maybe we're too harsh up here at the caster's desk. I don't know.
Look, I told everybody I'm going to be equally harsh on every single person in the All-Stars because they're All-Stars. If they do something stupid, I'm going to call them on it.
More aggression from the repeats. Raph getting up into the face here with some pre-fire. Killinger on a quick rotation gets scooped up by Zach Fontaine.
Sickness taking a shot from Noman and then just like not even moving. Noman now in the tunnel. Sickness coming around the backside. Sickness coming around the backside of the tunnel. Oh, but Nolix saves Noman's life. Raphael takes down Nolix, Scooby-Doo, and Silent Trade. It's all up to Noman now on the south side.
Oh! Can he cap it? He has to get Zach. Zach goes down. C4 detonated. Doesn't catch Noman out. Zach Noman grabs a Nintendo, and now the objective's wide open. Raph on a mad rotation.
No, I don't think he's going to go for the cap. I think he's going to go for the baited cap where he just waits. Raph's going to have to check objective. Ooh, but Noman's standing right there by the door. Ah!
How strange.
What is happening?
Oh, there it is. Raph
Oh!
looks through the sliver in the cargo door, grabs Noman up, and saves what looked like a cap opportunity. Repeats up 2-0.
Wow. I wonder how much different this map would have looked
I
had it
know.
actually been.
Series decider.
I don't know if it would have been that much different, to be fair.
It has been a pretty wild series. Very aggressive, very fast, to say the least. So yeah, we might have seen a similar pace, whether it was the series decider or not. But repeats are on the board now, and they have the lead. Can they grab the third map? Just for those bragging rights, just to say that they didn't get completely beat.
Killinger making it through the pre-fire unscathed. Noman coming out, taking down Silent in a trade. Noman down, but not out. Killinger moving up into blue container.
Grabs
Killinger
one.
picks up.
Zach getting picked up. An aid from Nollik gets Sickness. Nintendo on the rotation. Killinger doesn't spot that, and Killinger could push up towards objective if he was so inclined. C4 downing Sickness as well, and now it's all up to Nintendo into a 1v3.
Nollik using a C4 to confirm a down is the most aggressive play I've seen.
Nintendo grabs one, snaps to get the second, but can't get it. Tosses a nade up and over. Not too close.
Killinger rotating away. Is he going to go for the res? Looks like he is. A 1v3 Nintendo. Can the dangler dangle?
He's got to let him, that's for sure. Wants to get this one. He's going to have to really snag a couple of tough kills. Nollik, Killinger still alive. Killinger been a top performer, if you will, in this series. Last round had a nice KD of 8-2. Last map, excuse me. I actually don't know what his final KD was.
Yeah, I didn't look at it after that. But only dying twice in 7 rounds is impressive.
Yeah.
Or 6 rounds. I don't know. Defensive smokes coming out from Nollik, confusing Nintendo. Nintendo running up. He's got Tablet out. When he comes around the corner, he still gets the kill.
Can't get that one, though. The smoke. Not gonna kill Scooby-Doo. The bullets will, though, and Scooby gets Capitanos around. How's Noman doing? 3 and 3. Good. Good. No,
Top performers
Noman
right
checks.
now is Nolik and Raph, with 5 and 1 for Raph and 5 and 3 for Nolik. Okay, so here's a question. After All Stars last season, did we see some Eggs Benedict after the fact? Is that going to happen again this season? Where will you be picking up members across teams because they played together?
I don't know. Like you said, Sickness is recruiting for his new squad, so I'm sure he's trying to find anybody interested. And
I can't get any kills. I'm not worthy.
I've thought about trying my hand at returning to the league for sure. Still something I'm maybe consider doing.
You should. It's definitely a different experience now than when I started. So it.
Getting a bit of that itch to play. Might have to hop in after this one. We'll see. Sickness pushing forward here.
Silent getting Killinger. Killinger had a shield.
Oh, Silent botches the nade. Tries to tuck in away from his own. Explosive. Doesn't thankfully get killed by that. And shotgun coming in here.
What is that?
From Spoilty.
Oh, I love it. Scooby picking up Silent as he goes for Noman. Now Sickness looking directly at Scooby's position. Scooby's gonna round the corner. No, he's not. Sickness very, very trained on this position. Nintendo confirms Nolik, gets him with a nade and gets the confirmation. Now Spoilty looking for Sickness. Sickness gets Spoilty. Raph's pushing up now. Scooby-Doo throws the nade away to get his gun up. The nade doesn't get anybody. Scooby's hanging out. Scooby and Raph trade, and now Noman, caster extraordinaire, is in yellow room trying to get down Sickness. He takes him down, and it's just Nintendo versus Noman. Can I breathe yet?
Take a breath. Bit of a pause in the action. Noman's tucked himself into that yellow room, and he's kind of staying there, buying his time. He's got 4:20 roughly on the clock. Nintendo circling objective, definitely making himself a bit exposed. Noman's not pushing.
They are going to run into each other at some point here. Noman's unsure where the defender is. There he goes. He sees him. He can't get the shots. Oh, and a trade comes out. Capitanos win. Noman. Noman very confused why none of those shots hit, but they do take the point.
Five and 4
Okay.
now for Noman. Good job representing us well.
It does seem that if you shoot metal objects in this game, they are bulletproof.
Who would have thunk?
I know, right? It's very hit or miss. 2-2 tie game on this third map that doesn't matter but is awesome.
Certainly does not matter. Quick refresher if you are not aware of the overall score. There it is for you. Now you know. Capitanos already secured themselves the all-star spot. Threepeats have been demoted to the repeats, and we're playing out the cargo map number 3.
I don't know what Nolik's doing, but he left his gun in spawn.
Who needs it, you know?
Sickness coming around the corner, takes down Nolik as he throws a nade. Spoilty's looking for the backside of Sickness, can't find it. Sickness pinned between two. Silent comes around the backside and takes down Spoilty. Silent looking for Scooby now. He does find him, but the nade is right at his feet. Is he gonna get away? He does.
Uh-oh.
Is this gonna be a cap? Noman's running back towards objective. Zach Fontaine gets the revive. Silent takes down Noman. And the Threepeats get a little trigger happy and don't get their cap, but that's okay because they take the point. Silent pushing his KD up to an 8-3.
Jeez. Raf 6-2. Doing some work on this cargo around.
I still want to know what Nolik's plan was. I didn't. He had a grenade, but like, did he have a C4 in his chest? Was his plan to be a suicide bomber? Because he didn't take a gun. Who doesn't take a gun to a gunfight? And all his mags. Like, he purposely dropped it. It's not like he mistakenly dropped it.
Bold strategy, Cotton. See if it pays off.
The Threepeats, 1 point away from securing their only map. Raph picking up Killinger, Sickness picking up Nolik, but Noman refragging that immediately. Killinger not down, giving out callouts. Spoilty goes down to Raph. Silent now looking in the middle of the cargo containers, moving up into building 2. Spoilty trying to find him. Silent not making the shots through the woods. Spoilty taking him down. Scooby-Doo gets a revive on the Killinger. And now there are 4 Capitanos and 2 Threepeats left. Noman gonna do what he just did on the last round, except he's not gonna stop at that metal magnet, as he called it. Nintendo taking him down, though.
Metal magnet. Nades coming up and over, not quite landing onto Zach, but that smoke isn't too terrible. Zach getting aggressive, gets caught out by Killinger with the pistol, and now it's all up to Nintendo to hold on to the objective. Capitanos trying to even things out, trying to grab this map for themselves. See if they can do it now. Scooby has pad out, gets scooped up. Now it's 1 for Nintendo. Now he has 2 more.
I don't know what Scooby was doing because he had a shield still alive and kicking on the map. Killinger now looking for Nintendo. Spoilty also looking for him, but the smoke can't find him. Killinger and Spoilty. Nintendo trapped between 2 Marsoc. Protecting this objective. He knows there's a shield. Oh, a headshot. Wow. I can't get a headshot with 2 hands, let alone 1 holding a shield.
Killinger on the board, grabs themselves a few kills that round, puts Capitanos into a tie situation. Now the Threepeats got to grab themselves a Marsoc round if they want to take the 3rd map. Not that it really particularly matters.
At this point, I see no reason why this isn't a pistols only final round for this stuff. You know, like that's what I would be rooting for in the tent right now.
I'd say knives only.
Knives only is fun. I don't know. I think pistols only takes a little bit more skill.
Oh yeah, for sure. Knives only just kind of obviously run at each other. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They certainly made it interesting for the final map.
There we go. Wow, they've been smoking it for us. They're really nice.
Yeah, they're gonna meet us in
I think Sickness is going for a cap. All kinds of smoke in the center. The pre-fire rains down. Killinger and Nintendo trade. It's out of a 4v4. Noman coming out from the tunnel, not catching anybody. Moving up, gets shot in the back by his own teammate. Gets down by Raph. Sickness downing Scooby-Doo. Zach and Raph take down Noman, and Zach takes down Spoilty. The Threepeats take their 3rd map with an impressive score, KD scores for the entire team.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a ton of kills on that.
Yeah, definitely a fun, exciting final map, but not enough to make them the Threepeats, not enough to live up to their name, as Capitanos do secure the All-Star Championship. That was a fun series to watch. That's definitely fast action, but that, you can see the skill. You can see the good nades, you know, the long shots. Not as much coordination maybe as we're used to seeing in league play at that level, but still a very fun series to spectate.
absolutely. And you saw the quick reactions from people. You know, as soon as the shot was fired, people were refragging. So even if it wasn't coordinated team play, there was
some
high
there
level play.
absolutely. 100% agree. Very fun to spectate, and thank you so much for tuning in to the matches today. If you want to get involved in the VR Master League, head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward, where you can check out all of the matches, when they'll be spectated, by who's playing them. You can register a team, you can join the league, you can join the Discord, which is really your step number one in getting involved in the Onward community. And from there, I recommend checking out the reservists. Maybe you can be a sub for some of these teams when they need an extra hand. Also, if you want to get involved in our other games, vrmasterleague.com showcases all of the available games in our league. Final Assault, Space Junkies, Contractors, and Pavlov. Echo Arena also will be joining that list shortly. So if you want to get involved in those other leagues, keep your eyes peeled on the website. Be sure to check out their respective domains and Discords, because we're in all of them.
Yeah, and shout out to our sponsors, Pro2 VR and VR Cover, for giving us all those awesome accessories we need to play these high-level matches for long periods of time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the best example of those Pro Tubes is when you see the lasers and you see a very straight laser versus one that's kind of shaking around at the long range. That's sort of an indicator if one of those Pro Tubes is getting utilized, in my opinion. But either way, absolutely. Big shout out to our sponsors. And with that, I think we'll be signing off for this Sunday. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, my co-caster Triple Nipple. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week with regular season action.
Good night, everybody.